Hey YouTube, this is my Ritual Beast tutorial video. In this video I'm going to just show you how to play Ritual Beasts and how they work. So if you're trying to learn or pick up the deck, this video is for you. So right here we have the three contact fusion monsters. Ritual Beasts don't use polymerization or any other fusion spell to fuse into these guys. You control the monsters, whether they're face up or face down. You can banish them. And they have to be one tamer and one spiritual beast. Doesn't matter which one, because they don't require any specifics on what kind of spiritual beast it has to be or what kind of tamer it has to be. As long as it's one tamer and one spiritual beast, you can pretty much contact into any one of these guys. So that offers you some flexibility, but know that it has to be one of each. So you can't have two spiritual beasts contact fuse or two Ritual Beast Tamers. It has to be one of each kind. So that's how you contact fuse for these guys. And then each Ritual Beast monster can only be special summoned once per turn. So that restriction you have to take into account when contacting in and out. Alright, so now that you understand those two basic rules about Ritual Beast, let's get into this basic combo here. It's your ideal opening hand if you have Tamer and Kanahawk. So what you do with this hand is you normal summon Elder, and then you normal summon Kanahawk with Elder's effect. And it's important that he normal summons the Kanahawk because now you don't have to waste that special summon. So you can special summon these guys later in the turn. Alright, so we're going to use Kanahawk's Gold Sark ability for the deck. So we're going to banish Apelio from the deck. Then we're going to contact fuse into Kanahawk, and then we're going to contact out with the same monsters. Now some of you may be wondering or kind of scratching heads like, why did I just do that? It kind of seemed pointless at first, but if you notice, the reason why we contacted in and out without really doing anything was because we reset Kanahawk's effect, because now it's once per turn effect, only applies if he's still on the field. So now that he's back on the field, we can use his effect again. So we're going to banish this time any like Ritual Beast Tamer. I'm going to choose Laura. And the reason why I choose Apelio is because I like his banishing effect, so that's the reason why I choose these guys first. But the main issue is you want to have at least one Tamer and one Spiritual Beast so you can use them to contact out later. So now you're going to banish to contact again. Now we're going to start using Kanahawk's search effect. His search effect reads that you have to target two Ritual Beast cards. They can be monster, spell, or trap, but in this case we only have monsters that are banished. So we're going to target two of our banished Ritual Beast cards, and then they have to be sent to the grave in order for you to search any Ritual Beast card from the deck. But his other effect is the contacting out effect. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them on chains. So chain link 1, we're going to use his search effect by targeting Elder and Laura. And then chain link 2, we're going to contact out targeting Laura and Apelio. So with Kanahawk's effect, you do not have to have both Ritual Beast cards hitting the grave in order to get a search effect, so that's very important. The only cost is really to target, so it's not a cost to send to the grave. So if only one of them make it to the grave, he's still going to be able to search, and that's why we chain his contacting out effect, so we can get more mileage out of the three cards. Because normally if you use both of his effects during the turn, you would have to use up 4 cards because you're targeting 2 for each effect. But in this instance, since you're chaining it, you kind of get away with only targeting 3 monsters total. So chain link 1, we target these 2 for his search effect. Chain link 2, we're targeting these 2 for his contacting out effect. So chain resolves backwards, so that one gets sent back to the extra deck, and then these get special summoned from the contacting out, and then Elder gets sent to the grave for his search effect. So now we search a Ritual Beast card from the deck, and we'll search Steeds. And then we're going to use Apelio's effect since it's a good effect to banish. So we're going to banish Elder for cost, and then Apelio will boost up all your Ritual Beast monsters. And then we're going to contact again for Kanahak. And at this point, all 4 of these Ritual Beast monsters have been special summoned this turn, so we're not going to be able to contact out again, but we can still use his search effect. So we're going to target Apelio and Elder to send to the grave and search Ambush from the deck. So with Kanahak and Elder, we ended up with Ulti Kanahak and 2 trap cards. Now it didn't seem like you plussed a lot, but trust me, this is a very good setup which will allow you to snowball your advantage for next turn. So let's say it's your opponent's turn, you have these set, and he tries to make a big push with a bunch of monsters. You activate Steeds as Chainlink 1. Chainlink 2, you chain Ulti Kanahak. So when you target contact out, you summon these 2 Ritual Beast monsters, and then Steeds resolves by blowing up 2 of their monsters because now you have 2 Ritual Beast monsters at resolution. So hopefully that put a stop to their plans, and best case scenario, if these survive, then during your opponent's end phase you want to activate Ambush and then get back your Elder and your Apelio. So now you have 4 different Ritual Beast monsters that are going to translate into a win for you, because let me just show you what you can do during your turn. So remember, these were special summoned during your opponent's turn. So when it's your turn, all these monsters are going to be fresh to be able to be special summoned during your turn, and that's very important. So let's say it's your turn, you draw a card for your turn, then you activate Kanahak's effect again. This time we're going to banish Rapengu. I just choose him because he's a Ritual Beast monster that can keep banishing stuff for you. And then we're going to contact using these. I mean, any combination, as long as it's 1 Ritual Beast Tamer and 1 Spiritual Beast, it works. I just choose these out of because it's easier for me to remember which ones I've used up. But you could have used Laura and Kanahak or Apelio and Elder. It's up to you, but I prefer these because I want to keep using Kanahak's effect. So now we're going to use Ulti Kanahak's search effect. So Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. So Chainlink 2 resolves first. We're going to summon back the Elder and the Kanahak again, and then we're going to send Rapengu to the grave for the search effect. So we're going to search out Steeds from the deck again. Then we're going to activate Kanahak's effect a second time since it was reset. Going to banish a Ritual Beast Tamer this time because we already banished the Spiritual Beast, because we want to keep the balance between one Spiritual Beast, and 1 Ritual Beast Tamer. Then we're going to contact using the monsters that haven't been special summoned this turn. Actually, before we do that, we want to use Apelio's effect to banish Rapengu, so we keep up the banished resources. So now we're going to contact after we use Apelio's effect. Then we're going to contact Fuse Kanahak, and then Chainlink 1, target, Chainlink 2, target. So Chainlink 1 search effect, Chainlink 2 contacting out, contact out for the same ones. Rapengu gets sent to the grave again so we can search. This time we'll search Ambush, and then activate Apelio's effect again since it was reset, banish Rapengu again. So now at this point all your monsters are boosted by 1000 attack and defense. And then we're going to contact into Kanahak, Ulti Kanahak again using these. And I mean, you could have used these guys to contact into Ulti Kanahak and left Kanahak and Elder on the field. But the reason why I chose these to use up for the contact fusion over these is because I prefer to keep Apelio on the field to continually like banish stuff if I had to leave the field like this. And Laura has a bigger defense than Elder, so that's why I prefer to keep these on the field. Like if something were to interrupt my play, this would be a lot safer than keeping Kanahak and Elder on the field. Alright, so now Rapengu and Wen are the only ones that haven't been special summoned this turn yet. So we're going to Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. So that goes back to the grave, or extra deck I mean. We're going to contact out chain link 2, and then chain link 1, the search effect, and we're going to search out another Steeds. So we searched out 3 cards so far, and then we're going to use Rapengu's effect. So we're going to banish Petal Fin in order to send the regular pink dolphin to the grave. So it's good we have more banished material, which is why I banished Rapengu in the first place, so I can use his effect. Then we're going to contact fusing using these monsters, because again, Lore has a bigger defense and Apelio has that quick effect during either player's turn. So banish those for Kanahawk again. So here we're going to, at this point, all the monsters have been special summoned, so we cannot we cannot contact out again. So keeping that in mind, we're going to just use the search effect. So we're going to send Petal Fin and Rapengu to the grave in order to search a 4th Ritual Beast card from the deck. We'll search out Elder, and at this point we can make another Kanahawk in order to get the 5th search. That is possible, so we can make a second Kanahawk and then send any of these 2 cards to the grave to search a 5th card. But instead of doing that, what we can do instead is capitalize on all our advantage that we made with Kanahawk and contact fuse for Gaia Pelio by banishing all these. Gaia Pelio requires 1 ulti fusion and then 1 spiritual beast and 1 tamer. So those are banished for this guy, and he is essentially like your Herald of Perfection of the deck. So as long as you have Ritual Beast cards in your hand to banish, he can negate monster, spells, or trap effects. So you have 3 cards in your hand to banish or to negate stuff, and then I would set the ambush in order to make Kanahawk again and again, so you can search out more cards. Because if your opponent didn't burn through your 3 negations, then what you do is during your opponent's end phase, activate ambush, get back Kanahawk, and then get back Elder. And then when it's your turn, these are fresh again, so Kanahawk would banish stuff, and then you go into Kanahawk, and then you see how you have like a mix of a lot of different Ritual Beast monsters now. You can keep cycling through them, and while you're doing that, you're getting a lot of searches, so you're going to refill your hand for Gaia Pelio to negate more stuff. So if they couldn't get rid of Gaia Pelio that turn, they're certainly not going to win after you refilled up your hand and then you just beat them. So this is like your strong, like solid win condition. That's not the only way you're going to win, but essentially that's like a very commanding position to be in. So if you understand like how all this worked out, you pretty much understand how the deck works. I mean, as long as you remember, you only can special summon one per turn, like one of each once per turn, and that your banish zone is pretty much your resource with Kanahawk's search effect, and that's pretty much all you need to know. And all the other little stuff that you would need to know about the deck, I mean, you would just pick that up, but really the main thing is to know how I got this set up, and then you pretty much can just learn on your own the little subtleties of the deck, and that's pretty much how you play the deck in a nutshell. So in 15 minutes or less, you learned how Ritual Beasts work, and any other little things that you don't know about the deck, you're just going to learn on your own. Pretty simple, and that's how you play Ritual Beast. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions or would like more clarifications on certain topics or certain things. So that, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and leave some comments below. Thanks.